Competition, killing competition. I want it all on focus. Let's go and get it. Go and get it. Set them focus, say let's go and get it. Killing competition, I'm all about it. Spin that bread and make it back. Ain't worried about competition. Put them on cardiac, popping bottles and all of that. You know I'm all of that. I keep the crowd jumping like I gave them a party pack. Call audibles like a quarterback. Roethlisberger, I'm still in killing these niggas up. I'm getting away with murder. I catch the wave of the track. I'm gnarly just like a surfer. I'm so hot and I ain't even touched.
All right, it's Tuesday night, so that means it's time for the Jeff Mayweather Radio Show. My name is Alex Iserman, and joined by the man himself, Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, so.
Not too bad. Ready to make that trip out to Oklahoma and check out some MMA fighting with Chemo on Thursday night with Bellator?
Yeah, definitely.
We're looking forward to that, but tonight we're going to talk a little bit about boxing, of course, and we're going to be joined the second half of the hour by ring card girl extraordinaire Ashley Ferreira. She'll be joining us, but right now we're going to be joined by a guy that's got quite a big match coming up here in a couple of weeks. Right now his record stands at 25-1. Fernando Guerrero. Fernando, welcome to the show. You're on the Jeff Mayweather Radio Show with myself and Jeff.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Go ahead, Jeff. Yeah, Fernando, last week we had on Peter Quillin, so we had to give you equal opportunity to join us and give your side of the fight that's coming up, so thanks so much for joining us. For those that don't know, February 9th, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, Peter Quillin, Kid Chocolate's putting up his WBO title against Fernando Guerrero. So, Fernando, how you feeling about the fight? How are preparations going?
Preparation's going great. No injuries, nothing bad. Everything is positive, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, so you'll be fighting here in Brooklyn. How's that feel? Your last fight was in Humboldt, which I used to live right out by there, but now you're taking a big step up here in venues. You're going all the way to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. What's that going to be like?
It's going to be great. It's going to be like I'm in my hometown. You know, I'm used to fighting in big arenas with a lot of people, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, you know, as a trainer, any difference for fighters when that you notice when you have like a huge mass arena as opposed to maybe a smaller, more quiet place? Like, you know, I mean, obviously Fernando's been in big arenas, but, you know, his last fight was in Humboldt, which is a smaller venue, and then you have this huge place like the Barclays Center.
You know what? I cannot hear you at all. Your phone is very distorted.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Maybe I had the phone too far away.
No.
Is that better, Jeff? What's that?
I'm trying every method I can to try to hear you clearly, but I can't.
All right, Jeff. I'm going to try. Actually, I'm going to call on another phone here. But, Fernando, are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, I hear you great.
All right, so it must be a problem with Jeff's phone there. He has that cricket service, so, you know, he must be having some difficulties there. So, Jeff, let me know if and when you can hear me well, and we'll carry on with you. Oh, now he can hear me now that I'm knocking his cricket service. So you with us now, Jeff? Huh? So you still can't hear us?
I cannot hear you.
All right, well, I'm going to carry on with Fernando. Maybe you want to call and hang back up. Maybe you have a bad connection, Jeff, and we'll carry on with Fernando for a second here and try to get your situation worked out. While we're doing that, Fernando, just, you know, your thoughts on Peter Quillin, you know, tough guy. You know, you got a shot at title here. You know, I know you weren't too familiar with him when you got named as opponent, but as of right now, what do you know about him?
Well, you know, tough guy, nice guy. We're just ready to fight, you know. It's a business. He has his world title championship, and you know, he wants to I mean, he has it, and I just want it, you know. But other than that, he's a real cool guy, a good story and everything, and we're just trying to give a good fight for the crowd, you know.
Right. Now, you know, you obviously, you guys have both lived in the United States for most of your life, but you have the Dominican roots and he has the Cuban roots. You know, he was really careful to say that, you know, he has a lot of fans that are Dominicans and friends, so he didn't want to turn this into a, you know, Dominican versus Cuban thing. But it always seems especially with the Latin American fighters, always turns out that way. So, you know, what are your thoughts on, you know, the Cuba versus Dominican thing, and are you trying to make it like that?
No. I'm not trying to make it like that. It's just that, you know, when I do fight, I fight for my Dominican people. I fight for whoever, you know, whoever has a dream, whoever is trying to make something of themselves. That's what I fight for. You know, I got a lot of American fans. I got a lot of Mexicans. I got everybody. So. But I'm just Dominican, and, you know, it just happens to be the place that I'm from, and which I adore. But other than that, no, it's like, you know, like I said, it's just how the business works.
Right. Now, I guess Peter said it was a big thing to you because it was his understanding there's never been a Dominican middleweight champion. So is that something that's really important to you to be the first one to do that?
Yes. You know, ever since I was young, the only person that I could ever admire and look up to was Sammy Sosa. And Sammy Sosa is a baseball player, you know. So now, you know, I just know that it's bigger than just boxing. You know, I know that if I do this fight and once when I win this fight, Dominican Republic is going to come out and it's going to better. It's just like, remember how nobody even knew anything or cared about the Philippines until Manny Pacquiao came out, and now their whole country is way better now because of Manny Pacquiao. So it's not about just boxing. It's more about bettering a country. Because once when I win this title, I know that I have the attribute and I have the knowledge to better my country better, you know, better my hometown in Salisbury, Maryland, better my whole country, and just make somebody else a champion, not just from boxing, but from anything else. You know, it's just possible once when they see a champion, you know.
All right. You mentioned Sammy Sosa there. How was it, you know, when he had his downfall there? How do the people perceive him at this point?
Well, you know, in every sport you have your ups and downs, you know. But I still look up to him. You know, he's Dominican, and he I mean, you know, you got to think about the things that he did. You know, the hospitals that he did, the publicity, and he made a little kid believe, like me, you know. I know that there were way more better baseball players just because of Sammy Sosa. So, and like I said, I'm not even a baseball player, but I knew that I could do something just from him. So positivity follows positivity, you know.
All right. So now going into this fight with Peter, you know, other than the fact that he's a tough guy, you know, what do you know about him as far as, you know, his strengths and weaknesses, and what you think that you can exploit?
Well, I think, you know, it's like I was telling my sparring partners today, and I was telling my coach today. A lot of people think that they have it until they get in the ring, you know. And I really want to know. And I really want to see what I'm made of. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people, they get in there like, yeah, I know I could do that, you know, but you never know until you're in that ring, you know. So I really want to prove myself, prove to the whole world, but most honestly, I want to prove to myself that I'm champion material, you know. And I've been doing this my whole life. You know, I had 140 amateur fights. I lost some. I won a lot, and the ones that I lost were the most ones that I just knew that I always grew. You know, and this is the place that I'm in now. You know, I'm never gonna give up because, like I said, it's not just about boxing. It's once when I win this, it's gonna open the doors for me to do a lot of stuff. So if I don't give it my all, then I'm being selfish to everybody else.
Okay. I think, Jeff, we just got you back in here. How's your reception now? Can you hear a little better?
It's great. It's great.
All right, so now we got you. All right, good. Glad we got that sorted out. Because anyway, he was just talking about what he knows about Peter and the strengths and challenges that he has, or the advantages he has over Peter. Jeff, your thoughts on this fight? How you see it playing out as far as let's say from Fernando's standpoint, what he needs to take advantage of to win the fight.
I mean, both guys are very, very, very talented fighters. I've seen Guerrero fight maybe only on 3 occasions, and even though Peter's from my hometown, I haven't really seen him fight. I only seen him fight twice, and so to be honest, with that little knowledge about either one of them, I don't really know what strategy will work for either one because I'm not really that familiar with either one of them enough to say, I think that it should play out this way or this person should do that. Because I just don't have enough visual information to come up with a game plan to say that that Fernando should do this or you should do that. I mean, I just don't have enough information.
Right. Now, you might not know him specifically, his particular fighting, but the one thing you I can't speak tonight. The one thing you do know about is his trainer, Virgil Hunter. Jeff, thoughts on him?
I think Virgil, of course, right now, I mean, he's a very, very high trainer, but most importantly, even as a trainer, I think Virgil's a great human being. Very, very nice guy, very likable, and I'm glad to see that he's having his time has his shine going on right now, and having a lot of success. I mean, so, I like Virgil a lot.
Yeah. And Fernando, you switched not too long ago over to Virgil. How'd that transition go, and what's he meant to your overall game?
Well, it's like he contacted me, and we were always talking. It's a small world, so in boxing, everybody, and then just the energy and the way that he was talking to me he made a lot of sense. I'm the type of fighter that I question a lot, and he's the type of coach that he likes when boxers question, because then they truly know. So the positive energy, everything just fell in place being with him and talking to him and all that stuff. So we made the arrangement, and like right now, all I want to do is just if I'm gonna go to war, I want to have the best army, the best attribute, just going in, because I know that I'm a good fighter, and not just once when I get in the ring, it won't just be me, it'll be the right instructions, but then at the end of the day, it's all about me, what I'm gonna do. So I think it's a great team, and everything just felt real good, positive energy, and then we just started working, and everything else has been great.
Right. Did you get to spend a lot of time with Brandon Gonzalez? He was with Jeff last year, and Jeff fired him and kicked him out there to over there to Virgil. So what's it been like with him?
Well, it was great.
I'm just kidding. He didn't know. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't fire Brandon. That was a bad joke. But no, yeah. Have you spent much time with Brandon?
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course. You know, we work together, great sparring, and you know, it's just everything is good. You know, with just the stable mates and everything, and it's just positive energy. So everything falls in place.
Yeah, Jeff. You know, just your thoughts real quick. Looking back, you know, Brandon just had the win there. Was it 2 weeks ago? Just sidetrack it a little bit. Your thoughts on Brandon and his how it's turned out for him so far with Virgil.
I mean, Brandon's a solid fighter. You know, whether he was Virgil, whether he was anyone. But I thought that his performance wasn't up to the level where it should have been, because I thought he actually fought the wrong fight. I think he stayed inside with the guy too long. When he was outside, he was boxing the guy easy, but he stayed inside and was getting caught with, you know, with uppercuts, and he really got hurt bad at the end of the fight. But you know, but the most important thing is that he won, so you know he can move on and go to the next fight and perform better. All forgiven.
And Fernando, the one thing I noticed looking back at your career, you're from Salisbury, Maryland. You know, you're proud of that. You haven't fought there in a while. Is that by design, or is there some plans of you heading back there at some point in the near future?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, I had such a great following in Salisbury. You know, from my first fight that I fought there, I had thousands. You know, 10,000 people in an arena, sold out arenas, and all that stuff. So it was just great, you know. But then the thing is like I could never settle, you know, because for the people in Salisbury and Maryland, they just didn't like me as a boxer. They liked me as a human being. So they were proud of me, and they were treating me like a champion already. But the thing is like I didn't want to settle as in like, oh, well, that's the only place that I'm going to fight. I told them that I want to get out and bring them the home title, you know. So I'm out there fighting for them, because, you know, it's like imagine a boxer going into the arena and fighting for 2 or 3 people. You know, I'm used to every time when I run. Every time when I'm doing anything, I'm used to the people just pumping me up and all that stuff, you know. So I just really, you know, like I do it for the people, you know. Other people, they do it for different reasons and all that stuff. Of course, the money's gonna come. So, but I love it when the kids, when I go to the schools and I talk to the kids, and when how I've been traveling in D.C. and in L.A., and now I got my Hispanics there and everybody, and then just like Jeff, he doesn't know much about me right now, but I love it, you know, because now as soon as he sees me fighting, then he's gonna have more to say, like, okay, this is what Fernando's gonna do, and that's what a lot of people don't like, but I love that. You know why? Because now it's one more person that knows a little bit more about me.
Right. See now, Jeff, I don't like this fight at all, and I'll tell you why. You know, when you have these fights like they're trying, you know, when they're trying to get Pacquiao and Floyd or whatever, there's always, you know, you always fell on one side of the fence. You know, you loved one guy or you hated the other. You know, here it sounds like we just have 2 absolute nice guys, and it's really hard to root for either one of them to lose, because you know, what do you think, Jeff? Seems like both of them are just class guys. Talking to both of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, they both sound like they're class acts, and you know, and basically, I mean, that's part of the sport as well, you know. But at the end of the day, you still will have your own established fan base. You know, you can have 2 good guys fight, but still, there's somebody they're going to take a side, so they're still going to have their own share of fans.
Yeah, just like I tell people, you know, don't feel bad about cheering for me or cheering for Peter Quillin. You know, just like I said, if I wouldn't be fighting him right now, I would be cheering for him. You know, so the thing is, it's just, you know, it's just like, it's the sport, man. And when you have 2 men that think they're the man and they think they're both champions, then we're gonna have all the respect, you know, and outside of the ring, inside of the ring, you know, because I respect everybody, you know. But the thing is like, this you can't have two winners, you know. So the thing is like, once when I get in, you know, like I'm gonna be that man that we're different, you know. Once when we get in there, we're different because we got to be animals in there, you know.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, is there any pressure on you? Like I said, it seems like you guys are both nice guys. Neither one of you trash talking the other. Ever any pressure to kind of, you know, even if it's fake, to dirty it up a little bit to try to sell some tickets?
I can't do it. You know what I mean? They try to make me do it before, and it just doesn't work. You know? They try to make me mug at a person or do this or do that. I can't do it. You know what I mean? It's not me. I let my 2 fists do the talking. It's like a lot of times, you know, I tell them like I'm like a playful pit bull, you know. The pit bull, when they get a smaller dog, they tear them up, but all they're doing is playing with them, you know. So that's how I am, you know. I came from Dominican Republic from Dominican Republic at a young age, you know, coming to America. And then I had a lot of people around me that helped me, welfare and all that other stuff. So I never really had any problems in the streets because I didn't even know what it was. Never really been homeless or anything. So I had a good life, even though it was poor at a lot of times, even when I was in Dominican Republic and all that stuff. You know, a lot of people grew up with Mercedes and Benz and all that stuff. Well, I grew up with and I was okay with it. Now the things that I could provide for myself is because I could afford it now. But the things that I didn't have back then, I didn't need them. You know, and I'm the person that I am now, and I can't be fake. I'm not gonna look at him and see if he's ready or I'm ready. Nah. I'm gonna be me, and we'll know who's ready. And we'll really know what we have when we step in the ring. You know, you could be an animal and do this, but until you get hit, and until you feel that power and all that stuff, somebody's gonna retreat, and then they're gonna be like, oh man, I didn't know it was gonna be that hard. You know, so
yeah. Jeff, I think what we need to do here is get on ProBoxingInsider.com and just make up an article. You know, have Fernando just misquote him. You know, have him talking trash about Cuba and all that kind of stuff. What do you think?
Oh, well, you know what's funny? The funniest thing is this is almost like you two guys are like mirror images of each other. I mean, Peter was exactly like you. Peter's not going to get out of character just to sell a fight. He's a guy who he is what he is, and he's fine with that, you know. And I'm hearing the exact same thing from you. And I mean, and basically, at the end of the day, that's what it's about anyway. It's about the fight. It's not about, you know, trying to, because at the end of the day, you want to walk away with that championship, you know. And so basically, and in order to get it, you got to fight for it. And like you said, let your fists do the talking, and when the smoke clears, you know, either you'll be champion or you won't. But you don't have nothing, you know, you don't have to badmouth anyone or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it's a job. It's a job that you guys do.
It's a job, and then I remember the first time when I fought in Salisbury, and I never even knew I had a lot of fans, you know, because you're not supposed to see it. People, you're not. It's like a lot of times when people say, "Oh man, you're a humble man," you don't. It's like you can't say you have class. You show class, you know. And I can't say, "Oh, I'm humble." I gotta be humble. I gotta show that I'm humble, you know. So when I fought my fight in Salisbury, I knew I had a couple of fans, but I didn't know I had thousands, you know. And then right now, if people are gonna show, I appreciate it, because the economy is so bad right now that somebody that pays even the lowest ticket, you know, if they pay a ringside seats or they pay, as long as they pay what they can afford, and all I need is 1 or 2 people. As long as I know that those 2 people came all the way from California just to see me, all the way from Maryland just to see me, the least thing that I could do is just give them a good show. You know, that's all I could do.
Yeah. The one thing I'd like to ask you about, Fernando, is a few years ago you were like, one of the hot prospects. You were a lot of buzz around you. Then you ran into, I think you were 21, 22-0, whatever it was, and then you ran into Grady Brewer, and that didn't quite go your way. And you kind of, seemed like for a while up till now you kind of fell off the radar. It's like people dismiss you from one unfortunate performance. Just your thoughts on that fight, and how did that affect you mentally?
Well, when you have a fight like that, and then you're an amateur star, that you won the USAs and you go to the Olympic trials and all that stuff, and then you feel that you never lost because, even when you lose a decision in the amateurs, you feel like you got robbed or whatever, so it's not like you lost. So now when you turn as a professional and then you lose, everybody sees you and you're one of the hottest prospects and everything, and then you lose, it could kill you, It could either make you or kill you. And then the thing is, it's like I try to explain to my dad a lot of times when I tell him, like when you're a little kid, you never think that you could die, because you don't understand the action about dying and all that stuff. So as a professional, I never thought that I could lose ever, But then when I knew as a little kid that I could die, then I'm like, oh man, I gotta be careful now, or I gotta be smarter now, and all that stuff. So I think that loss right there made me into a man. It made me realize that you're not just gonna get the title. you gotta fight with everybody. You can't underlook anybody and say, hey, he's a mop or whatever. You gotta fight. You got to be careful even with the guys that can't fight, So it made me more respectful. It made me into a better man because now I'm thinking outside of boxing. I'm thinking about speaking my mind as I'm like taking control of my own career. I haven't been when I was fighting. If you see my record and everything, I've been fighting. In 160 my whole fight, and if you go even back, I was fighting in 165 since I was like 16, 17 years old, And the thing is I'm not the biggest middleweight, but I've always been middleweight, I've always been a 165-pounder, 160. So dropping that weight, made a little difference on me, and I should have spoke up on it, but I didn't. Because the type of person that I am, I was a yes sir, So now I'm becoming a yes sir to only Fernando Guerrero, and that attribute puts into my boxing too, So now it's being smarter. Yes, I've never fought anybody that is stronger or faster than me, but now it's not about the speed or power. It's about when you use the speed and power. So, it's just things like that it just makes you grow up. A lot of people, they put you down because you lost one fight or two. But the thing is, it's like, my last name is Guerrero. My last name is Warrior. And like I said, I don't like to say it. I would like to show it. So even if I go out, I would like to go out as a warrior. So me and Peter Quillin, it's an honor for me to have a war. It would be an honor for me to just go out and give it all I got. Because those are the classic fights that I want. It's just those moments that you want because now it's real. Like I said before, I want to see what I'm made of. I don't want to say what I'm made of. I want to really see. And when I win this fight, I still want to see. I want to fight those fights that I'm like, that I could feel good about myself.
Now, Jeff, when you have a fighter like Fernando's got all the talent in the world and he suffers a loss like that, I'm not talking about someone at the end of the career, but someone like Fernando who's in the prime and is on the way up. How do you handle a fighter coming off a loss like that, get him motivated and get him set back on the right track to do better in the future?
Well, I mean, basically, you gotta, you know, take a step back for a little bit, and put him in with weaker opposition to, to mentally get his mind back on, on the winning track, and also, and to build his confidence. So, I mean, that's the best process, is because now the fighter, who has lost, now all of a sudden realize, like he said, that he's not invincible and that he can be beat. But you give him the swagger back by putting him in there with someone that, he can regain his confidence with. Maybe 1 or 2 fights, and then, back on to, to the mission that was at hand.
Yeah. Right. Now, hey, Fernando, a lot of people think that you didn't deserve this shot right here. Like I said, a lot of people kind of dismissed you after that loss. Or what do you have to say to those people? And I mean, obviously you're planning on proving them wrong, but just thoughts and comments on people that thought you weren't, really the person for the job right now.
Well, the thing is like I would like to apologize to those people. I don't have that type of power that they think that I do. Everybody's could have their own opinions. I'm just grateful that that I'm in the position that I'm in, and February the 9th, hopefully I could just tell them okay, I do deserve it.
Yeah. And then, it's long-term goals. Obviously, your short-term goal is the WBO middleweight championship here on February 9th, but just long-term, when you walk away from the sport, anything specifically you want to say that you did?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm just, obviously your short-term goals are to win the championship here on February 9th, but, when you walk away, in whenever that is, from the sport, just, long-term goals, things that you're going to be able to look back and say, wow, I can't believe I did that, or I did reach my goals. What do you want to have accomplished?
Well, what I want to accomplish is just be like that Sammy Sosa, that pride, that Dominican pride, that Salisbury, Maryland pride, that East Coast pride. A lot of people don't understand, but when you become worldwide, I fought a lot on Maryland, but it's all the East Coast, West Coast. So I just want to bring that positivity to the people. That different thing is you don't have to come from the streets or from bad connections or anything like that. You could be just a guy that's just trying to make his dream. You don't have to have those sad stories. You don't have to get shot 2 or 3 times. Just stay in school and try to make your parents proud. Try to make yourself proud. That's all.
All right. Well, Jeff, like I said, I can't think of any 2 fighters that we've had that are probably sound nicer than Peter Quillin and Fernando Guerrero. So I think it's going to make for a great fight. It doesn't. You don't always have to have 2 people being total jerks and calling each other names and that kind of stuff. So it's actually going to be a very interesting fight. And Jeff, just final thoughts before we let Fernando go here on their fight coming up February 9th.
Well, I just I wish him all the best. And, hopefully he'll fulfill his dream.
Yeah. And Fernando, for the folks that are interested in the fight, just one more time, where they can get tickets or watch it, and then also you do the social media thing where they can catch you on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you're doing. Fernando?
Maybe we lost
him. He's online. Oh, no, we just lost Fernando. So let me see. I'll try to get him back here real quick here. We'll get him right back there. Just 1 second for that. So Jeff, just while I'm doing that, while I'm getting Peter back on there, just tell us about Oklahoma and this fight coming up.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know who the guy Mo's fighting, but
Coleslaw.
Huh?
Coleslaw. That's what Mo calls him.
Oh, coleslaw. That's right. That's what he did say. But I haven't had a chance to see no footage on him. Don't know anything about him, so I'm just prepared.
All right, hold on, Jeff. We got Fernando. Jeff, I just wanted to. Fernando, you back with us?
Yes, yes.
I just wanted to give you a proper send-off there, so I don't know if you heard me or not, but just for the folks, one more time where they can catch you, this fight on TV or get tickets, and also if you do the social media thing, where they can catch you on Twitter and Facebook and that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, well, you can find me on Facebook, Fernando El Guerrero, and then you can find me on Instagram, FG De La Cruz, and then you can find me on Twitter for Fernando Guerrero, and it's just yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Class guy. We wish nothing but the best for you in the future. We'd love to have you back on at some point. Anything else that you want to say before we let you go?
Well, no, everybody's starting. Hopefully, they have a good year, and please catch the fight.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it so much, and best of luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.